Oh, hey, what's going on, Pickle Pack? It's your boy Fat Tony coming at you live from SLC. You know me, you know how we do. So, boys and girls, this is Ben's record collection, where we look at a record from Ben's personal collection. So we're looking at a piece of wax today. It's sort of a classic rock record. 1981. So this came out about 2 years after Tusk. The Fleetwood Mac magnum opus, Tusk. And this is an album called The Visitor by Mick Fleetwood. That's right, this is a record by a drummer. Like I like to say, a drummer who didn't know his place. And when you have so much money, like this guy did, maybe even does, you can get away with doing dumb things like having a record under your own name even though you're not an artist. So much like something like Planet Drum by Mickey Hart, this is a drummer who's doing an album that's got African percussion, really percussion based. I mean, it makes sense, he's a drummer. Unlike the solo album from Nick Mason, it is not a Carla Bley solo album. I'm going based on what the internet told me. I haven't listened to that Nick Mason record. Mick Fleetwood is a solid drummer, and Fleetwood Mac are a band. And this is the third Fleetwood Mac album that I own. And the only other one that I'm talking about by Fleetwood Mac, there are other videos about them. So it has, I don't know if you can tell, it's kind of dark in here, but there is an image of Africa on the cover. I think he went to Ghana or something. What does it say? Yeah, Ghana. So that's kind of cool. Oh, I think the co-producer is Richard Dashit, or I don't know how you pronounce it. Sorry, Dick. He is also a co-producer on Tusk. And like I said, this came out like 2 years after Tusk. And that being the case, it even has a song from Tusk, Walk a Thin Line, one of Lindsey Buckingham's songs. It also has Not Fade Away, the Buddy Holly song that the Grateful Dead's liked to play. I bought it as sort of a novelty. It's like, I think I paid $3 for it. It was in passable shape. I got it, I don't know, probably the one in Duluth that is now closed. But I bought a lot of records at. And it's similar to Genesis in that in 79 or so there was Tusk, and then, which included Walk a Thin Line. Mick Fleetwood needed to fill his album, he put Walk a Thin Line on it. And just like the drummer from Genesis, that guy put his solo album out in 81, I think. And Genesis's Duke came out the year before. And both albums had a version of Behind the Lines. Was Behind the Lines the first track on that first Phil Collins record? Maybe not, I don't know. It was the first track on Duke. So it kind of has that problem. Another Classic case of drummer doesn't know his place. Drummer from Genesis makes an album, and then it has a hit. And then, little did we know, one day he would go on to do Brother Bear. And, you know, that was the day that Bach was put to shame. And Ludwig van was put to shame. Because Brother Bear came out. But we're getting off track. This is an album by a very tall, strange-looking Englishman. Played the Skins, and much like the rest of his band, did a great deal of blow, which is really bad for you, they say. But he's still living. I don't know how. There's like a picture of him with two children on the back. That's kind of adorable. What else should we look at? I don't have too much to say to this. I'll try and keep this video relatively brief because, I mean, how much can you say about a Mick Fleetwood album? This might be the only Mick Fleetwood album. Could be another one. I don't know. I didn't do my research. If you've ever seen these videos, you can probably tell I don't do research. I'm not planning what I'm saying. I just kind of meander around in my head and let my mouth do its thing. It's pretty annoying. But $3, and I kept it because it's not a terrible album. I mean, for what it is. For the people smoking, that was cool. Mick Fleetwood doesn't look so good in these. I mean, he was probably in the throes of pretty serious drug abuse at the time. And if you're rich, you can go to Ghana and you can record people and probably not pay them. That's right, I'm calling you out, Mick Fleetwood. Spreading unfounded rumors. You go to Ghana and make some self-indulgent record where you play other people's songs. So that is what the inside looks like. I think, is Peter Green on this anywhere? Sorry, I'm looking real awkward because I have poor vision. George Harrison is on it. Peter Greenbaum, I don't know who he is. So beat me up for that. Children's Drum Ensemble. But did they get paid? Did you pay the children? No, I mean, as far as... Wait, hold on. Peter Greenbaum, I just said. That's Peter Green. Green, isn't it? The original Fleetwood Mac guitarist. So he's probably playing on, what, Rattlesnake Shake? Is that the one that he, who cares? Yeah, so I'll cut this short in a minute. I mean, what is there to say about this album that should never have been made? It sounds like I don't like it. That sounds like insulting. But it's not terrible. It's not one that I've listened to a great deal, much like so many in my collection, sadly. It's one that I've listened to a handful of times. I probably got this, like, gosh, I don't know, 2011-ish, give or take. I would give this 5 out of 7.5 starfish. And don't forget to get out there not to vote. And thanks for watching my channel. I thought that not my channel, but my series. thought we'd switch it up today. We normally are reviewing canned goods, but you know, I thought it'd be fun if we could talk about one of Ben's albums instead of that, because you know, sometimes things get boring. So don't forget not to vote.